In this video, I'm going to show you how to never run out of things to say, even if the person you are speaking with, maybe you don't have anything in common with them, all right? So this method, I've been doing it for years. I'm going to show you 3 sentences. We're going to tackle them, and I'm going to show you exactly how to implement this in your own life so you can reduce the anxiety and you can live with a little more confidence when it comes to your social skills, all right? So let's just jump right in now. So this first sentence, so I want you to pretend you were in a conversation with somebody and they told you, I went bowling last weekend with some friends, all right? And now immediately you're like, I don't like bowling. I got nothing in common with this guy or gal, and you're kind of just shutting down now, all right? So this method I call branching. It may go by another name. I could care less. That's what I call it. So we're gonna rock with it and call it branching, okay? And the idea here is that when somebody tells you a sentence, you're going to look for keywords and then either go macro or micro within those keywords and find things that you like to talk about. All right. And the beauty of this exercise, as you will see, is that it will give you the power to change the subject to something that you like to talk about, so that even if you got nothing in common with this person, you can still enjoy the conversation. All right, so let me just show you. So let's assume, like I said, the person said, I went bowling last weekend with some friends. So let's just highlight a few of these keywords so I can show you exactly what I mean. Now I'm gonna highlight these in different colors so you can see how this works. So I'm gonna highlight bowling in some orangey color, weekend in yellow, and then let's say some friends in, we'll do whatever, light blue, okay? So the idea here is that we want to think of things in relation to what we've highlighted. So bowling, what is bowling? Well, it's a sport, all right? So maybe a follow-up question or statement to this person could be something like the following. So let's just change this to orange. It could be, again, let's go macro first. What other sports do you play? Okay, you see how we went from bowling and now we went a little bit high level here? Or we could say something like, we can go micro in this case and say, how long have you been playing bowling, right? Or how long have you been bowling, whatever. Or you can also go, who taught you how to bowl? You see how we have the option of going high level or dig deeper? That's what you can do with this case if we're using bowling as the example, right? Now let's just do another one. Let's use another keyword. Let's say weekend, all right? So I'll change this to yellow. We could say, what else did you do last weekend? And you see how, again, we're just taking that keyword, we're looking at it from a macro or micro lens, and then we're just gonna rock with it. We're just gonna have some fun with it, see what else we can talk about. So weekend, what else did you do last weekend? Or we could say something like, was it warm last weekend, right? You have the power to decide where you want to go with this conversation, all right? And that's the beautiful thing here. So if you don't care about bowling and you're like, meh, I don't want to talk about bowling, well then talk about the weekend. And if you don't want to talk about the weekend, let's look for that other keyword or phrase. So some friends, all right? So let me change this color real quick. Boom. And we could say something like, whoopsie, hold on one second. There we go. All right, so we could say something like, how long have you known these friends for, right? Maybe you're just a little more, maybe you don't care about the bowling. Maybe you don't care about what they did last weekend. You're just kind of curious about this person's social life, right? So how long have you known these friends for? And I just realized I didn't highlight the same color blue. Who cares? Imperfection, whatever. How long have you known these friends for? Let's also go with, let's see, how many of your friends were there? Friends were there. Did they like bowling as much as you? And you see what we're doing here? We're just having fun with it. But again, it takes something where you immediately thought, I got nothing in common with this person, but then you get to decide where you want the conversation to go. And that's the power of this method, is it gets you in a place where you can be relaxed, feel comfortable, and know that in any conversation, again, doesn't matter if it's socially with friends, on a date, what have you, you can be calm and poised, which is what you want. to be relaxed in conversations, because these are the real world type of things people say. Sometimes some stuff people say you're going to be into it, and sometimes it's going to be boring as hell. So you got to understand that this is just the reality, and you got to prepare yourself to have these type of conversation. All right. Now let's look at two other sentences that maybe are a little more challenging. All right. So let's do this one. Yesterday was cold. God damn. That is a boring sentence. I'm not going to lie. If somebody told me that, I'd be like, what? So let's just go with this. Yesterday was cold. So let's do yesterday. We will highlight that in green because green's my favorite color. And we'll say something like, all right, well, what else did you do yesterday? What time did you wake up yesterday? Right? So go with the conversation wherever the hell you want to go. All right? Let's go cold. All right? Again, this is a pretty boring sentence. I don't know who the hell this person is that would say that, but whatever. We'll just rock with it. All right, so let's do this blue. I don't know if I use that blue. Whatever. Who cares? So let's do pop. Okay, so cold. Let's think. Let's think a little more creatively now. Well, cold is also part of a season, winter, right? So maybe we could say something like, so they said yesterday was cold. Maybe you could just switch it up and be like, oh, that's interesting. It was cold, huh? Hey, by the way, watch. Hey, by the way, are you into winter sports by any chance? You see how that is actually connected to cold? But if we would have just looked at yesterday, we would have not even known to ask a question like that. So the fact is that because you've zoned in on cold, you now can pick up that word and take it wherever you want in the conversation. So you can ask them, hey, are there any other winter sports, or are you into winter sports? Because they mentioned that yesterday was cold. So that's a very natural segue into the conversation. Now, if they were like, oh, yesterday I had a big breakfast, and then you said, hey, by the way, are you into winter sports by any chance? That'd be kind of weird. But because they said yesterday was cold, it works great. All right. So that's one example. Let's do another one. So typically, cold weather is synonymous with, like I said, winter, the holidays, right? Christmas, Thanksgiving, so on and so forth. So you could also just go along with that same theme. You could ask them, are you into the winter season or holidays? Right? So again, sticking with the same theme. You have the power to choose. You go with the conversation where you want. Now, if you don't want to ask this, maybe you just want to ask a little bit more micro. You could ask them, how cold was it? Right? Were you wearing gloves? Maybe you live in the same area and it's really cold and you need some boots. So you could just ask them, oh, it was, huh? Any thoughts on where I can buy some new winter boots? Right? I used to live in New York City. I moved there in February. And I had no idea how cold it was. I'm from California. So when I moved there, I was like, it's going to be cool. I went there. It was cold as balls. I didn't know where to go to buy winter boots. So that's a very normal question. Okay. All right. I think you get the idea here. All right. Let's do one more. So we'll do, what time is the basketball game on tonight? All right. I'm not going to color code this. You guys aren't 3 years old. So let's just rock with, let me just show you some sample sentences, all right? So what time is the basketball game on tonight? So again, sports, all right? So, oh, cool, all right, so basketball game on. So how long, let's just change this up actually. How long have you been playing basketball? Or I apologize. Do you play basketball too? Maybe you're new to the area and you want to think about pickup sports. You're looking for like a meetup group, something along those lines where you can just ask a simple question like that, right? Or what time is the basketball game on tonight? What are you doing after? What are you doing afterwards? Right? So again, we're using the keyword tonight and we're just expanding upon it. Well, what else are you doing after the game? Okay? Again, I call this branching. I think it's a really helpful exercise if you are feeling a little bit lost when it comes to having conversations with people or how to do these things in the real life. Because sometimes, like I said, people are going to be talking to you and you're going to be bored out of your mind. So you want to be able to have the skill and the charisma to work around these kind of conversations so that you can have a conversation with anybody. Not only does that improve your personal life, career, romance, what have you, it gives you the confidence you need to walk and speak with conviction. I hope this exercise was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. By the way, I got a free ebook for you. It's called 5 Habits of the Best Conversationalists. All right? You can get it in the description. Again, it's free. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything new at all. I'd really appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I truly hope this was helpful. Take it easy. Bye-bye.